Thank you, Will. Let me also start by thanking Denise, where's Denise? Denise and the other organizers of this workshop for inviting me, to participate today. This is the first opportunity I've had to talk about a research project that I'm undertaking. So I'm very happy to be able to do that today. What I'm going to do is a little bit academic geeky, I'm afraid. So if it gets too academic, throw things, as long as they're soft objects. But I hope you can bear with me and what appears to be a very dry throat. What I'm going to do is reflect on how, as an academic, I approach the study of Tower Renewal. What I'm also going to do is reflect on how, as an academic, I can actively engage in the process and debate about Tower Renewal. And I should also say, like Mike, I have a tendency to, and I'm going to try to resist it a little. But before talking specifically about the research project that I'm undertaking, I want to situate it in the bigger research project that it's part of, which is this major collaborative research initiative on global suburbanisms. So this is a big project based at the City Institute. It's under the overall intellectual direction of Roche Kyle, who's here, and the operations are coordinated by Sarah McDonald, who's here as well. Okay. Okay, sure. That's the problem of walking. Okay. No, it's okay. So this is a project that received 7 years of funding from SSHRC, and it is truly global in that it links over 40 researchers at 15 universities in 8 countries. And in addition to the researchers, there are 20 or 30 community partners spread around the world. So this really is global and interdisciplinary. And what this project hopes to do is document and critically analyze places, let's call them suburbs, around the world, and the sorts of changes that are underway in those places. So within the big project, I lead a sub-project with this title, which is looking very broadly at processes of suburban decline and renewal in 2 places, Toronto and Leipzig, Germany. And it has a particular focus on high-rise residential buildings, but that's not the exclusive focus. Yeah? So it's broadly looking at those processes within which there's a particular focus on towers. I take the concept of decline and renewal to have multiple interpretations. One is discursive, and by that I mean, how do people, when they talk about decline and renewal, shape what those terms mean? And they might mean different things to different people. There's also the material aspect of actual buildings and landscapes, and there is a policy framework at play. So this sub-project, thank you so much. This sub-project builds on several other research projects I've undertaken. So it brings together and continues work on the in-between city. I was really happy that earlier today several people made reference to the in-between city, which suggests that it actually has had some traction. Yes, that was nice to hear. That project has led to this co-edited book, which we expect will be published very soon. It's sort of held up at the publisher, but it could be weeks, a couple of weeks away, yeah, from falling into people's computers, because this is an electronic publication. I've also looked at the legacies of modernist urbanism and socialist and post-socialist city. So my particular sub-project looks at two cities, Toronto and Leipzig, which are chosen to allow for a really rich comparison. So Toronto is a booming global city region with very uneven growth. Leipzig is a medium-sized city that for 40 years was part of what the West called East Germany. So it had a socialist era. It's now dealing with the realities of what happens after socialism. So its population, for example, has shrunk by 25%. So today my comments relate just to the Toronto case, as I won't start the Leipzig research until this summer. But I do want to note a very interesting linkage of this research to a course that Ute Lehrer will direct in Leipzig this summer for planning students, some of whom are here filming us. So 14, I think, MES students will study suburban issues in Leipzig. I will be there, Will be there, and also part of the workshop will be a few German and Polish students.